Welcome, everyone. I gotta make sure that's working right. Okay, good. Neat. I mean, really, you can do damn near anything with plugins. With my next game that I make after I finish this project, I'm probably going to be diving deep into utilizing plugins, just simply because of some of the things that I want to do. Um, Such as I want to have like I want to see if there is a plugin out there that I can use to like essentially simulate space combat in like a turn-based format. I do want to keep the whole turn-based that aspect. Um, Even though there's stuff out there to make like ARPG style games in RPG Maker. But like essentially create, some like utilize or create something where you can have like a carrier style ship and then have it so that you can have it, you know, deploy smaller attack craft and stuff like that. Because I think that would be kind of a cool option. Didn't go as well as I wanted it to, but whatever. I can fix. First, what I need to do is lift up a little bit. It should be possible. Thus far, yeah, I need to fix some things, but like we're not gonna fuck with this. We don't need that right now. What I do need, however, is need some black. So we're gonna put that away. Mm. Yeah, the two has served me nicely on this project, so Yeah, that is entirely fair. She want to break. Ah, you out of the way. Fuck it. All right, let's get. I can't wait until they finally air the end of that series because there's like essentially one season left before it's done. I just hope that they don't fucking do it as a movie and say, okay, we're done now. I would be very disappointed if they decided to go that route. Fuck that up. Fuck that up. Yeah, that definitely looks a lot better with black on there rather than it essentially being all green. But yeah, that was a cool fight. And all you know, lying and don't let go, and don't let go. And you flow to your bones and your I haven't played that game in a hot minute. I myself slept for like 3 hours, then went to the bank, got frustrated with them, and then like killed time before I had to go to work, and then felt like complete another failure while I was at work. Go me. Oh, I drink coffee on the regular. Actually, I have coffee sitting next to me right now. I'm one of those bougie motherfuckers that uses a French press. Unless I'm feeling very fancy, in which case I decide to break out my siphon coffee maker. Oh, I also went to the like one coffee shop that I actually go to anymore and got an Americano because they're local and they also like roast their own beans. Like even like roast and sell their own beans. Pretty fucking cool. Like I can't drink like Tim Hortons or like chain like chain coffee shop coffees. Um it just doesn't taste right anymore. It tastes too weak. Homemade cafe mochas are like my winter drink. And by homemade cafe mocha, I mean coffee with hot chocolate powder in it. Which I know is not the same thing, but it's fucking close enough. Um, I used to do energy drinks a lot, but like most of the canned ones use that synthetic sugar crap as a sweetener, and that shit leaves an aftertaste. I don't care what anybody else says. Like, it's not as bad as like aspartame back in the day. My favorite one, to be 100% honest, my favorite like bottled energy drink, and even that I kind of do air quotes around, like it's not necessarily an energy drink how like most people think of energy drinks nowadays. Um, was like one of the original caffeine supplements. Uh, oh, nice. Uh, it used to come in blue bottles. It was called Balls. BAWLS. That shit was actually tasty. And it was just basically extra caffeinated pop. Um, for a while, I was drinking a brand called Dubby Energy, which is one of those like powdered energy drink companies. They're pretty tasty, but the overhead on getting that stuff. Caramel is one of the few like sweets that I actually enjoy. Um, it's weird. Like salted caramel is one of my favorite flavor combinations. That being said, another one of my favorite flavor combinations, and people look at me funny for saying this. Um, at least until half of them fucking. I I don't know. I haven't tried gamer subs. Um, fuck, where was I going with that? Oh, yeah. Um, another one of my favorite flavor combinations that most people that say this to kind of look at me funny for is peanut butter and cheese whiz. Saying it out loud, it does sound odd. However, the the saltiness and the savory work really well together. Like you take a couple of pieces of bread, like whole grain fucking bread, toss it in your toaster or toaster oven, butter that shit, and then on one slice you put, your peanut butter of choice. On the other, you put cheese whiz, slap those two together, and oh, fucking phenomenal. And yes, I know that Cheese Whiz is effectively just semi-solid plastic, but still. To be fair, there are, I think it's a Mexican dish. Where it's like basically you take, amongst other things, it has both chicken and chocolate in it. Like there's essentially a sauce that is like made partially with chocolate. So like, yeah, mole. So like that's not, at least to me, I don't think that's weird. Like there's precedent for that shit. Sweet and spicy is a great combination. I actually have some spicy honey that's sold at one of the at like a local bagel shop. And that shit's pretty tasty. I actually bought it on a whim. Like I hadn't tried it. I was just like, oh hey. It was one of those days where like I had extra money and I was ordering something from fucking Uber Eats. And I think it was in order to get the discount, I had to spend over a certain amount. And I'm like, I'm gonna spend a little extra money and get this. Because that's how they fucking rope you into spending more. I like spicy and savory mostly. Um, Sour, it all depends, both on my mood and what it is. And sweet is, there are very few sweet things that I like. Um, Chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. I will destroy somebody for chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. Ice cream. Um, Salted caramel, but that has, oh yeah, and salty. Salty is another one of the flavors that I like. Um, it has that sweetness, but it also has that saltiness, and I think those two flavor profiles are fucking, oh Mwah. Chef's fucking kiss. Um, sure. Harry Mack. Um, what sort of rap is it? Because I'm kind of weirdly specific on the rap slash hip hop that I listen to. It's primarily only nerdcore. At least currently. At one point in time, I was into like. At one point, I was kind of into ICP. Back in like the '90s, it was like the popular on radio rap. I went through a Snoop Dogg phase as well. Oh, I can actually give you a recommendation as well if you haven't heard of them. Word Burglar. They're nerdcore hip hop, and they're Canadian. Not yet, mainly because I forgot the name of the band. To be 100% honest. I was thinking about it after stream, and I'm like, what the fuck was the name of that band again? Um, I don't remember. Did I set up? Hold on. I need to see something. A weird time to be looking at my Discord, but Do create channel. There. I made another channel in Discord for stuff relating to music, musicians, and other artists. That way, I can be like, post the stuff in Discord. I made a new channel in Discord. You might need to refresh, navigate to a different server and then back, but it's in the general category. It should be titled Music, Musicians, and Other Artists. See? It's right there. It's the one with the really long name. You know, the Discord integration with Twitch, there's I get why they don't do it, but there should be an option to have a it let so if you're looking at linking videos, that one would be better in YouTube and videos. Because that's usually where I've been putting music videos that I find that I think are, or music videos that I watch, or other videos that I watch that I think are interesting. You can, since it is music related. It really it's up to you if you want to do it like that. And post a link to a YouTube video, or if you want to if uh Spotify is more your speed and want to post a Spotify link. Shit. To be honest, I'm waiting for things to go full circle back to everybody fucking using shit like LimeWire or Kazaa and whatnot. And I'm just gonna throw it out there. Kazaa was my favorite. It had the least amount of viruses. Not to say it didn't have any, because me being dumb caused one or two reformats because I was had downloaded the wrong file. But back when I was in my 20s, I wanted to hang a pirate flag above my computer. I mostly only use Spotify on my phone. Unless I'm like I have music going while I'm streaming. Just simply because it's easier for me to set it up. Like I already have Spotify on my computer. Um, and like the way I have my overlays set up, it's like at least while I'm doing painting streams, I can have the artist up on screen, as obviously you can see, because the artist is up on the screen. Um, place that sooner rather than later, but that's fine. There we go. Though, not gonna lie, one of the things that I like about Spotify, and one of the main reasons why I keep premium, other than the fact that like, I don't like ads, is the fact that you can listen to audiobooks on Spotify now. Like, so it's been that way for like a year and a bit, obviously. Um, but like, yeah, it's you don't get a lot of listening hours with premium, like, and that's how they get you. Um, but like, you get enough that you can listen to like, depending on the length of the book, um, most, if not at least one full novel a month. Like, there are so many fucking light novels that I've listened to on Spotify that I probably wouldn't have listened to. Mainly because like I watched the anime and I'm like, I want more of this. Like how a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom. Most of that series is available on Spotify with the premium plan. Up until I think it's like book 15 or something like that. And you can listen to like one and a half to two of those a month with the included time. I think I listened to all of the solo leveling light novels on Spotify. And fuck, I really hope they adapt all of that series to anime. because like I don't know if you've watched uh Solo Leveling, but good God, it gets way more interesting. Um, I want 00. I mean, if I have the band names, I can find them. My Google foo is strong. And that said, I'm willing to bet they're probably on YouTube at the very least. But they're all musicians, yeah. Yeah. So they will. I will most likely be able to find them on fucking. Like I said, at the very least, I should be able to find them on YouTube. And not being like English isn't that big of an issue with me, considering at one point in time, half of my playlist was anime theme songs. Um, and 99% of anime theme songs are not in English. Peasants. Oh, nice. It's a dangerous place. Nicely designed. Let me read closer. Let's see. Yes. Right. Earn the right to die. Stupendium has a few songs that I thoroughly enjoy. Benches and at least your cradle. Trust. What's the name of the song? Hmm. Really fine. She'll hear. Okay, so now where the fuck is that flesh wash that I have? Where did you go on my messy desk? Nope. 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 And this is why I need to clean up my fucking desk. Which I keep saying. Ah, there it is. I'm like, I need to clean up my desk. And it's a thing that never ends up happening. I can fix it. It's one of those things that I'm basically at this point, like, I'm not gonna bother fully securing this because I need to replace the tape, and that's just gonna be more work than I really feel like putting into it right now. Um, that. Tomorrow I have a 7-hour shift at work, and then I have my TTRPG stream afterwards. Um, so yeah, tomorrow is not a good day for doing shit. It's like it's one of those things that I'm like, oh hey, I need to do this, and I do it with a lot of things. But then my brain sees something else, or I see something else, and my brain goes squirrel, and then I circle back around as I'm looking for something, and I'm like, oh hey, I should clean up my desk, and then I find what I'm looking for, and then it's a vicious fucking cycle. Um, it's something that I will end up getting around to eventually. Ooh, before I do that, what I should do. Ah, bit of that. Mix that in with the flesh color. A little bit more, I think. There we go. That's the color that I want. Yes, the lips are kind of more orange than would be naturally, but there's reasons. That's okay. I'm not really all that 100% confident about the TTRPG stream, considering how the last one ended. So there is a non-zero chance, and this might just be my anxiety fucking talking. Um, that enough of the players are gonna want to quit that I don't have enough. I won't have enough people to continue running. Out of all of the games that like video games that I've played, honestly, my two favorite soundtracks are this one, which is Dwarf Fortress, um, and Fallout 3. Well, so part of the thing is last session didn't necessarily go the way the players wanted, and prior to that, because like they're one of the people in the game has basically like their job plus some of their like disability issues sometimes crop up. So we've had to call game because of that. My own mental health has caused me to have to like cause me to like need to call game off and stuff like that. And like one of the players was like, "Yeah, we've been, you know, thinking about whether or not we're going to continue because of the fact of how many sessions have been canceled as of late." And I'm like, and it's like, well, fucking life happens. We're all fucking adults here, and sometimes life gets in the way of game. Yep. Alrighty. Welcome back. Mm, that's never a good thing. I am very thankful that there are very, very, very few foods that my stomach doesn't appreciate. And most of it isn't necessarily that my stomach doesn't appreciate it. It's more that my taste buds and my own personal neuroses can't deal with it. Most specifically, Brussels sprouts. I can't do Brussels sprouts. Um, when I was a kid, I did a dumb, and my well, um, so my when I was a kid, like I'm talking like grade two, three, like around that age. Um, my mom's husband, like we were living in BC at the time, like in like rural Lower Mainland BC, and my mom's husband and one of the other people on the farm that we were living on had a few drinks. This was before he quit drinking, and decided to go to one of the neighboring farms that was growing Brussels sprouts. And it was like right around harvest season. It was like just before they were being harvested. Um, and like filled the back of a half-ton pickup truck with Brussels sprout stalks. Like just pulled them out of the ground, put them in the truck, and drove back to the farm that we were living at. Um, well, apparently, when my mom was cleaning them up, taking them off the stalks and stuff like that, I don't remember doing this. Like this is a story that I got from her. Apparently, I was under the table and like grabbing Brussels sprouts and eating them like just raw. And I apparently had basically overdid it. So like I can't even like the smell of them starts to turn my stomach. Asparagus I actually enjoy, but only like it has to be done like I have to cook it. And it has to be done a specific way. Almost any time I've had asparagus when other people have cooked it, it's always been overdone and fucking bland. Like anything that's like anything is like asparagus has to be firm. Otherwise I can't do it. Oh, actually, fucking canned spinach. I can't do canned spinach. Raw spinach? Oh, I can eat that shit for days. Spinach cooked into something like an omelet or into like a pasta? Oh man, fucking I love it. Oh, I would be very, very, very upset. Mango is one of my favorite fruits. Cabbage is one of those ones that for me it depends on how it's done and who cooks it. Fucking cabbage rolls. I love me some cabbage rolls. Raw cabbage and coleslaw. Love me some fucking coleslaw. With me, it depends on the veg. See, there's really only vitamin loss if they're overcooked. And then it basically it gets back to the whole it depends on who's doing it thing. Because yeah, like if you're overcooking it to the point where they're soft, yeah, no, you're essentially losing any sort of nutrients, flavor, anything like that. Like the color goes to shit. Like the whole fucking shebang. You get somebody who knows what they're doing, and it actually looks better when cooked. Like broccoli is actually a one of those like really good examples of that. If you cook, like if you do broccoli correctly, like if you cook broccoli correctly and you don't overcook it, the green of the broccoli will become way more vibrant. You mean breaded cauliflower chunks? Yeah, I refuse to call them cauliflower wings. They're not wings. Wings come off a bird. While my ex was still vegan, we actually got into a couple of debates about stuff like that. Because she'd like, how long you put it in the microwave before it explodes? Takes a lot longer for a potato to explode in the microwave than a hand grenade. I mean, vegans, I can understand vegans. The militant vegans who are like, meat is murder and you're a murderer if you eat meat, those are the people that I can't understand. Because I am very much the type of person I'm like, who, I will respect your dietary choices. I will not make fun of somebody for what they choose either to eat or not to eat. I've, I've eaten vegan food. There's been some vegan food that's been really, really good. There's been some that's been kind of meh. But like the whole vegan diet thing is not for me. It is for some people. Cool. I'm not going to push my dietary choices onto somebody else, just like I wouldn't want them to push theirs onto me. Ooh. I think the next time I get into a debate with a vegan online, I'm going to ask them how many animals they have saved from or adopted from PETA shelters. Because, like, if somebody wants to do the whole meat is murder thing with me, okay, fine. If that's your opinion. But if you're gonna come at me about that, do you go off at PETA for the fact that they kill the most dogs and cats out of any organization in North America? Like my whole thing with food is humans are omnivores. Oh, fuck, that was a fucking leaf on it. Yeah, that's a leaf. That's fine. I can make it work. Oh yeah, 100%. Um. Oh, my dog is vegan. No, your dog is not vegan. Your dog is a kind of omnivore because dogs can't get nutrition from like vegetable matter. A lot of dog food is fuck ends up being fucking vegetable filler anyway. But like they are primarily fucking carnivores. Like I would never put something that has sharp incisors on a fucking vegan diet. That in one piece, to burn up if you love me. I'm But yeah, my last ex fiance was vegan when we met. And I looked at her and I'm like, when like we were having the like when we first got together, I'm like, okay, I respect the fact that you're vegan. You have your own dietary choices. I'm cool with that. However, please don't dictate what I eat. Like respect my diet and I will respect yours. Was basically how the conversation went. And like it was awesome because we had that agreement. I like she would make fucking meatloaf, which is basically the vegan meatloaf made with textured vegetable protein and a few other fillers. Which it wasn't bad. Like it didn't taste like meat. It tasted like fucking herbs and spices. But there's nothing wrong with that. It's fairly tasty. Fuck, there was a vegan restaurant that was like, essentially across the street and two businesses down from where I live. And like they had vegan chimichangas, which when I wasn't fucking when they weren't being served to me still frozen in the middle, were actually fairly tasty. Mm, where's my double zero? There, you're my double zero. Have you ever felt alone? Like all your friends have turned to foes. To let go. Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Like, and like, even that, like, if somebody wants to, not use, like, basically not wear animal fur or like leather and stuff like that, yeah. The one that kind of floors me is milk. Like I don't drink a lot of milk. Other than cheese, I don't do a lot of dairy. However, the way we have genetically like basically genetically modified cattle. If cows don't get milked, that can lead to health issues for them. Because of like how we have bred them and stuff like that over centuries. Yes, factory farming can be problematic. I will not deny that. There are bad actors in the cattle in any of the farming industries. And those bad actors should be called out 100%. But like as somebody who I fucking went to school, like post-secondary school for culinary management for like food. Well, a lot of it too is they see the propaganda and it's what it is. Like looking at using the actual definition of the term propaganda. Like there's propaganda on both sides. Not gonna lie. But like they see the stuff that vegan groups put out and whatnot, and they just believe it. Full stop. Like getting back to wool, I don't do wool, but that's just simply because it's scratchy and I don't like it. Like I don't like the feeling of wool. It's probably honestly with me, it's probably like even past the scratchiness because I know that like that can be reduced if it's like treated and prepared properly and whatnot. With me, wool is one of those sensory issue things. Fuck, I'm pretty sure cotton. Okay, so I'm just gonna throw this out there. I do not believe there is any ethical uses for generative AI. Generative AI is a plague on the art world, from literature to visual art, and should be heavily, like very heavily regulated, in my opinion. Now it's specifically like my thoughts on that are specifically with generative AI. As long as like and like here's the thing and what most people so with that, like I get what you're saying. Um and yeah, if every artist was cited for their contribution to the training of the AI model and or received compensation based on like subscription shit like that, or if you were making money on it, I would be willing to have a conversation with that. But the fact of the matter is the publicly available generative AI that is out there is trained on the works of people like me who I have art, both, short stories, poetry, and visual art on DeviantArt. I used that a lot when I was in my 20s. And DeviantArt has like straight up admitted that like they've allowed generative AI models to scrape their servers for training fucking training stuff. Um, like it's like or the fact that the generative AI models like ChatGPT or whatever fucking Google uses for their AI model. That shit hallucinates all the fucking time. And people are relying on that and like citing that as sources for their arguments. Maybe not in like academic circles, actually, even in academic circles, there are people who are using ChatGPT to write their fucking papers in post secondary school. Like, that is honestly, that's just as much of the issue as, the fact that artists' work has been used to train a lot of those models without their permission. Well, permission or attribution. And like the main argument about like but I mean Vidal is not or sorry, Neurosama is not generative AI. That is a different type of AI because there are multiple different types of AI. Fuck. Autocorrect is a type of AI. It's a very basic type of AI, but it is a type of AI. So like there are like AI as a blanket term, yes, does have uh ethical aspects of it. I don't even necessarily think ethical is the right word. Like non-shitty aspects of it, I think is a better way of phrasing it. But like generative AI specifically. Well, I mean, like I get that, and that's why like any sort of like AI discourse that I engage in, I make sure I specifically mention Gen AI because that's what I have the issue with personally. Um, and that is what I believe is a bane on fucking the world of content creation and writing and art in general. Like somebody could scrape my like all of my streams and videos and create an AI like basically an AI voice model, an AI vocal impersonation of me without my permission, and there's nothing that's stopping them. Because fuck, technically AI has been around since the fucking 70s. Like at the very least, basic AI has been around since the 70s. Um, fuck, a lot of the A lot of like the modeling in regards to like astrophysics and stuff like that have some aspects of AI that's like kind of required in order to run the algorithms needed to model fucking the motions of fucking universes and shit like that. But I mean, that's just essentially plugging in, you know, all of the math involved. And even that, like, calling it AI in some respects could be a stretch because even still, shit like ChatGPT is just an advanced chatbot. It's just, kind of scraped from all across the fucking internet. Like, I'm also of the opinion that if somebody uses something like ChatGPT to, write a paper or do a project in any sort of school, it should be an automatic failure. Straight up. Just simply because, like, they're not doing the work. The the difficulty with that is the fact that it's always the training models for those are always, or at least for the most part, obfuscated as to what was actually used for the training model, which is very unfortunate because that right there, 9 times out of 10, um it's either obfuscated because they want it to be proprietary, or they and shit like that. Like, it's like, I think honestly the I think honestly more of the issue with the internet in that regard, like, this is just my opinion, obviously, is the fact that there is the media literacy has gone so far down the toilet that people don't understand what actual media literacy is anymore. Um, like, I remember back when the internet was young and you know everyone was kind of taught to be careful on the internet. Like I remember fucking, my first experiences with chat rooms and stuff like that, and my mom like being like, okay, be careful. Don't be dumb. And then that started going off to the wayside when people started doing, instead of using the TV as a babysitter, they used the internet as a babysitter and didn't teach their kids fucking how to properly protect themselves on the internet. And I think a lot of it came from people who, you know, figured out how to keep themselves safe in the early days of the internet, and they were like, "Oh, my kids will figure it out. They'll figure out how to, not get taken advantage of by people on the internet." I don't know about that. I swore like a sailor long before the internet was a thing. I remember when I was living in North Hollywood with my mom and her husband, like way, 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 way fucking back in the day. I ended up getting my mouth washed out because, like, I didn't realize that Donnie, my mom's husband, was in the living room as I was coming in, as I was yelling at one of the other kids in the complex, and fucking swearing like the love child between a sailor and a trucker. And like that was me in grade 5. No, actually, that was me in like grade 4. In some cases, yes. As somebody with an autistic son, um, in some cases, that's a lot harder to do. Well, I should say, as somebody with an autistic son and a touch of the tism themselves. If it wasn't apparent. Yep. He's in it, like he doesn't live with me. He's in his 20s now. Um, well, he lives with his mom still. I remember when we were getting his diagnosis, and like his mom and I went with him to one of his appointments, like one of his early appointments with the doctor to get his diagnosis. Mine lives with his mom partially because of my own mistakes and partially because of the fact that she fought, like not like argument fought, but like she fought against anything that I tried to do to make it help prepare him to not be living with her. It's unfortunate. It's like it is what it is. Um it's one of those things where like trying to do the whole co-parenting thing and all of that, like I was hamstrung so many times. But like that's a story for not this uh venue. Um like she has done what she can for him, um and her other two kids. But no, like it was getting back to what I was saying before, prior. Um it was kind of funny, like his first meeting with CPRI. uh I was there, like, and like I'm a fidgeter. Like I I can't sit still, like not completely still. Like either my leg is always bouncing, my right now my foot is moving. Or like I have to move at least a little bit at all times. My body just doesn't do well with that. Um, oof. Yeah, technically my mom kidnapped me when I was young. Like she had custody of me, but like she disappeared with me down to the States. Um, Though that being said, knowing what I know now as an adult about my fucking sperm donor, I it was probably for the best. Um, but again, I digress. I do that a lot. Uh, we're sitting there in the assessment, like, and chatting with the doctor, and I'm sitting there, my leg is bouncing, and fucking I'm doing the whole like fidgeting and whatnot. And on one wall in the office, there were a bunch of like names of famous people who are on the autism spectrum. And I had to like straight up fight the urge to get up and fix some of them because like a bunch of them were like hanging off at angles and like the tape had come off. and like they weren't connected right, and like I'm holding myself down to the chair that I'm sitting on to keep myself from like getting up and fixing them, because like we're in a meeting and like this isn't about me, it's about like it's for my son, and like it's super important. um Also, the same thing has been said about my son and I. Very much so. Very fucking much so. Like, and it's fucked up because my work area, my desk is a fucking disaster. But it's a semi-controlled disaster. Alrighty. So I am. See, I don't know because I know a lot of guys who are way more organized than I am. Like, I am the straight up least organized as far as like my painting area anyway. Of or like my tools and work area, because these are my tools. These are the tools of my art, of kind of my trade. Now, that being said, my kitchen is actually a lot more organized than my desk. Um, it is nowhere near as fucking cluttered and chaotic as this is. It's kind of one of the reasons why like the camera view is as limited as it is. Fuck. At work, it bugs the piss out of me when people move like inserts around on the line, because I get used to where things are, and like if stuff is out of place, it bugs me until I put it back into the place where I'm used to it. Like, to be fair, that is, I will say, a good 60% of why I have like the camera as it is. Um the other 40% is, yeah, my the rest of my work area is cluttered as fuck. But yeah, so we are basically at the 2 hour mark. I am going to hit the ending soon button. Because I do have to work at noon tomorrow. And I also need to make sure people are going to be showing up to game tomorrow. Um and whatnot. So I'm gonna hit that button, and then we're gonna get all cozy up on the couch, and we're gonna see if we can toss a raid out. Hopefully, there is a hopefully the painter that I want to be on is actually on tonight and not working nights. But we will be over at the couch in two jiggles of a Jackrabbit's arse. Meow. Meow. Oh, yes, Miss Meow. Yeah. Alrighty. That is definitely an option. So we're going to kill